Have you ever found yourself reaching for a bag of chips or a tub of ice cream when you're feeling lonely? This seemingly simple yet complex behavior is what we're going to delve into today. We're on a journey to unravel the intriguing connection between loneliness and our eating habits. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, it might seem odd to talk about loneliness. After all, with a swipe or a click, we can connect with friends, family, or even strangers halfway around the globe. But despite this, or perhaps because of it, loneliness has become an all-too-common experience. It's not just about being physically alone. It's a deeper, more profound sense of isolation, of not being understood, or feeling disconnected from those around us. Now here's where it gets interesting. Recent research has found a significant association between this emotional state we call loneliness and negative eating behaviors. What does that mean? Well, it appears that when we're lonely, we're more likely to reach for unhealthy foods like those chips or that tub of ice cream we mentioned earlier. These are often high in energy but low in nutrients, making them less beneficial for our overall health. But why is this the case? Why do feelings of loneliness drive us to make less healthy food choices? How does our emotional well-being intertwine with our dietary habits? These are some of the questions that scientists have been pondering, and their findings might surprise you. But it's not just about understanding why we do what we do. It's about finding ways to change these habits, to replace the negative with the positive. Because, as we'll discover, improving our social connections could have a profound impact on our nutritional intake and our overall health. So as we delve deeper into this fascinating topic, remember this: you're not alone. We're all on this journey together, and together, we can make a difference. It appears that our emotional state, particularly feelings of loneliness, can significantly influence our dietary choices. But how does this work? A comprehensive study involving 29 research papers has shed some light on this complex issue. The research delved into the intricate relationship between emotional well-being and dietary habits, focusing on the impact of loneliness and social isolation on food and eating behaviors. It was observed that these emotional states have significant associations with detrimental dietary habits and are indeed critical health determinants. The findings were consistent and revealing. Loneliness was found to correlate with poorer diet quality. Now, what does a poor diet quality mean? It's a diet that lacks essential nutrients and is often high in unhealthy components. This typically includes lower intake of fruits and vegetables, which are prime sources of essential vitamins, minerals, and fibers. On the other hand, there's a higher consumption of what we call energy-dense, nutrient-poor foods. Let's break that down a bit. Energy-dense, nutrient-poor foods are those that are high in calories, but low in essential nutrients. Think processed foods, fast foods, sugary drinks, and snacks. Foods that might give you a quick energy boost, but they don't provide your body with the essential nutrients it needs to function optimally. They're like those fancy fireworks that light up the sky brilliantly for a moment, but leave nothing behind but smoke. Now, these findings were not limited to a specific time or situation. They were consistent both during and outside COVID-19 lockdowns. This consistency underscores the fact that the correlation between loneliness and negative eating behaviors is not just a lockdown phenomenon, but a persistent issue that needs our attention. Interestingly, the research also highlighted the importance of considering social factors in dietary guidance. It suggested that improving social connections may enhance nutritional intake and overall health. This is a critical insight, as it shifts the focus from just what we eat to how we eat and with whom we eat. It emphasizes that eating is not just a physical process but also a social and emotional one. Despite the study's comprehensive nature, it was noted that the interpretation and comparison of results were complicated by the use of varying methods. This underscores the complexity of the issue and the need for further research. However, it doesn't take away from the main takeaway: that loneliness can have a significant impact on our eating behaviors and overall health. The research findings were not just about uncovering problems, but they also pointed towards potential solutions. They emphasized the need to explore the potential of food and communal eating as strategies to mitigate loneliness and its health implications. This is an exciting area for future research and interventions. So after delving into this extensive research, one thing is clear: loneliness and social isolation can lead to negative eating behaviors. This is not just an individual issue, but a public health concern that needs attention from all of us, from individuals to health practitioners, from researchers to policymakers. It's clear that loneliness can lead to negative eating behaviors, but what can we do about it? Interestingly, these findings hold true both during and outside of COVID-19 lockdowns. The pandemic, a global health crisis of unprecedented scale in our lifetime, brought with it unexpected lifestyle changes for millions. One of the most significant changes was the sudden and drastic increase in social isolation as lockdown measures were implemented across the globe. In a time when physical contact became a health risk, many found themselves alone, cut off from their usual social circles. This isolation was not only physical but emotional as well. The natural human need for companionship and connection was left unfulfilled, leading to a sharp rise in feelings of loneliness. Now let's recall what we've learned about the relationship between loneliness and dietary habits. Loneliness correlates with poorer diet quality, including lower fruit and vegetable intake and higher consumption of energy-dense, nutrient-poor foods. So, in an environment where loneliness was suddenly the norm, rather than the exception, it's not surprising that dietary habits took a hit. The isolation wrought by the pandemic didn't just exacerbate feelings of loneliness, it also changed the way we eat. With restaurants closed and social gatherings restricted, communal eating became a rarity. Many of us found ourselves eating alone, often in front of screens. This shift in eating habits, coupled with the emotional toll of the pandemic, led to an increase in negative eating behaviors. So we see that the impact of COVID-19 on dietary habits was twofold. On one hand, it heightened feelings of loneliness, which we know can lead to poorer dietary habits. On the other hand, it changed the way we eat, further contributing to negative eating behaviors. The pandemic has underlined the importance of addressing this issue. But what are some potential solutions? Let's explore that in the next part of our discussion. The study suggests that improving social connections could enhance nutritional intake and overall health. This statement stands as a beacon of hope in a landscape that can often seem bleak. But how can we begin to improve these social connections, and what role does food and communal eating play in this puzzle? Food is not merely a source of sustenance, it is a social vehicle, a means of connection. It is the centerpiece around which we gather, celebrate, and commiserate. It is the glue that holds together family gatherings, friendly get-togethers, and community events. It is, in every sense, a unifying force. Communal eating is a practice as old as humanity itself. As we pass the bread, share the stew, or slice the pie, we are not just sharing food, we are sharing stories, experiences, and a sense of belonging. When we eat together, we create a space of comfort and acceptance, a space where loneliness has no place. The act of preparing and sharing a meal can be a profoundly therapeutic experience. It connects us to our senses, to the earth, and most importantly, to each other. When we cook for others, we express our care and affection. When we eat together, we acknowledge our shared humanity. And it's not just about the act of eating together, but also about the food we consume. A balanced, nutritious meal can have a profound impact on our physical well-being, and by extension, our emotional health. When we consume a diet rich in fruits and vegetables, we are not only nourishing our bodies, but also our minds. Healthy food choices can help regulate our mood, boost our energy levels, and improve our overall sense of well-being. So it's clear that food and communal eating hold immense potential as strategies to mitigate loneliness and its health implications. By fostering a sense of community through shared meals, we can help counteract feelings of isolation, encourage healthier eating habits, and ultimately, enhance our overall health. It seems that by fostering stronger social connections, we can not only combat loneliness, but also encourage healthier eating habits. After all, we are social creatures, and food is one of the most basic ways we connect. The table is a place of unity and love, where we can come together, share our stories, and nourish our bodies and souls. So what have we learned from this exploration? Let's recap. Research has shed light on the significant links between social isolation, loneliness, and negative eating behaviors. It's clear that loneliness correlates with poorer diet quality, including lower fruit and vegetable intake, and a higher consumption of energy-dense, nutrient-poor foods. This relationship holds true both during and outside pandemic lockdowns. The implications of these findings aren't just personal, they're public. Addressing loneliness and its impact on dietary habits is crucial for the health of our communities. We've seen that improving social connections can enhance not just nutritional intake, but overall well-being. The potential of food and communal eating as strategies to mitigate loneliness and its health implications is a promising avenue for future research. This is a powerful reminder of the intricate relationship between our emotional well-being and dietary habits. Remember, our emotional well-being is deeply intertwined with our physical health. Taking care of one means taking care of the other. Stay connected, eat well, and take care of yourself.